Tribe, and welcome back to your on-demand studio library. My name is Edith, and I am so excited to guide you through our very special yoga practice today. This yoga practice introduces a new series that will be available to you on your on-demand library, and this series is Yoga for Our Feelings. And these practices are designed to help us honor our emotions, connect with them on a deeper level so that we can further understand ourselves, at the same time processing these things and allowing for healing, inspiration, and joy to take place. And speaking of joy, we will be starting this series with Yoga for Joy, and that's what we're going to be practicing today. So all you need for this practice is yourself, a comfortable and safe place to practice. You don't need any yoga props, but if you would like to incorporate some that you have around your house, feel free to bring in a couple of yoga blocks or a blanket for your knees or anything else that can improve your sense of comfort. Meet me on the mat and we'll begin our journey. All right, friends, welcome to your mat. Let's begin our journey towards more joy today. We're gonna start our yoga practice in a nice and easy child's pose. And before we drop into that, I will say, we will also be pairing today's yoga practice with a few supportive affirmations that are gonna help us find that joy and truly embody it. We won't be pairing every yoga pose with an affirmation, but listen out and feel free to repeat any affirmations either out loud or in your head, whatever resonates with you. With that being said, let's come into child's pose. So find your tabletop position, open up the knees about as wide as your mat. You can go a little more narrow or a little wider. Bring your big toes to touch behind you, push the hips back to the heels, and then start to walk the hands forward, melting the heart to the earth. And you can rest your forehead on the mat here if that's available. And if you would like to add on, you can do that by bending both elbows, palms together, thumbs behind your neck, and that's going to take the stretch a little deeper into your shoulders and upper back body. So settle in, begin to breathe nice and deep here. Relaxing with each exhale and filling up with each inhale. And we'll repeat the first affirmation of our practice while we rest in child's pose, and that is, I choose joy. I choose joy. And we'll take about 10 deep breaths, just relaxing here, repeating that affirmation internally. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Maybe you're able to soften the body just a little bit more in these final moments. Alrighty, friends, let's start to slowly release the pose. Palms press into the floor to lift your head and chest. Walk the hands back towards your body. Knees come together, and once again, we'll meet each other in our tabletop position. So maybe adjusting that blanket if you needed a little more support under the knees like I do. And then we're setting up for our next round of movement here. Hips over knees, wrists under shoulders for our cow and cat pose. Let's begin. Inhale to drop the belly down, heart opens and the crown of the head reaches up, really broad and across the top of the chest. Exhale, reverse, find your cat pose, arching the back, pushing the floor away and letting the head hang between the shoulders here. Beautiful, and now we're going to let our breath lead the way as we move back and forth. So breathing in, you find your cow pose. Breathing out, your cat pose. Take your time, move at your own pace. And just take this moment to align breath and body, finding that unity, finding that sense of centeredness from within, of connection to ourselves within this unity. We're just going to take about 3 to 4 more rounds here. Nice mindful movement. Let's take our last round or so. No rush. If you need a little more time, that's okay. But when you are done, we're just going to meet back in our neutral tabletop position. Find a strong back here. And let's move into our next pose. We're coming into tiger pose. I'm going to start by lifting my left foot towards the sky. You can flex that foot if it feels good. Just bending the knee. We want to activate the left glute here to help us lift up the leg. This is option 1 for tiger pose. Feel free to stay here. Just lift the head, open the heart, just like we did in cow pose. If you're ready to add on, you can lift up that right arm and reach around and behind the body to connect with your left foot here. Maybe even kicking into the palm of the hand to open the heart. Whatever you choose, take 3 deep breaths. And our affirmation here is, I open my heart to the abundance that surrounds me. I open my heart to the abundance that surrounds me. Last breath, wherever you are. Slowly and gently release if you have that left foot. Everyone go ahead and bring the left knee down. Beautiful. Before we go to the other side, we'll take our thread, the needle, and we're going to reach the left arm towards the sky. Keep the right arm planted. Inhale, open up your chest, really widen. Exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right armpit. Bring your left ear to the floor. We begin to feel that nice deep stretch. Option 2, straighten the right arm forward, or you can even take it behind your lower back, whatever feels best for you in this twist. And we'll just breathe and relax here. Repeating the affirmation, I commit to a positive and loving attitude. I commit to a loving and positive attitude. And we'll take about 3 to 5 more breaths here. Let's take one last breath. Place that right palm beside the face, wherever it was. Push into the mat to lift the chest. And option to send that left arm high one last time, reversing the stretch. Float the left palm back down, tabletop position, great job. Let's come into tiger pose on the other side. We'll do that whole thing to the other side now. So I'm gonna bend to my right knee and reach my right foot up towards the sky. Here's option one with both hands planted. I can activate that right glute and just focus here. If you'd like to go deeper, left hand reaches up and around to connect with that right foot. And maybe we play with kicking into the palm to further open the heart as we repeat our affirmation. I open my heart to the abundance that surrounds me. I open my heart to the abundance that surrounds me. Let's take one more full, deep breath together. And slowly release. Drop that right knee back to the floor. Both hands are planted. We come into our thread the needle. This time, left palm stays on the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm high, chest opens. Exhale, thread the right arm under. And bring your right ear to the floor. Option to keep the left palm where it is, or you can walk it forward or take it behind your back. Maybe experiment with what feels best for you. As we settle in and repeat our affirmation here. I commit to a positive and loving attitude. I commit to a positive and loving attitude. And let's take a few more breaths here together. Let's take our final deep breath and thread the needle. And start to release when you're ready. Left palm plants beside the face. Push into the floor to lift up. Right arm reaches high one last time. Take that reversed stretch. And then float the right hand back down to the mat. Beautiful. Let's take one more heart opener before we add on a little more movement into our flow. And so once again, we enter into it from tabletop. We're coming into puppy pose. I'm gonna step my hands forward and then allow my heart to sink down towards the mat. Maybe my head just stays floating, or maybe I'm able to rest my forehead on the mat. We'll take 5 breaths here as we repeat our affirmation. I accept all that comes to me with an open heart. I accept all that comes to me with an open heart. And take a moment to settle, to surrender. One last breath. Release by pushing into the floor, lifting the head, and then walking your hands back towards yourself. Tabletop once more. This time, spread your palms nice and wide. bend into the knuckles, tuck all 10 toes, lift up, high plank. Now this is just option one. If you need something a little more gentle today, knees are gonna stay on the mat and you focus on a strong flat back from there. So you decide your journey and we take 3 deep breaths, inviting in some warmth now by turning on the core. You're doing great. You're sticking with it. Let's take one more deep breath in plank pose. Beautiful, reach the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Heart reaches towards the tops of the legs. Go ahead and walk out the feet, bending one knee and then bending the other. Let's take 3 breaths here, enjoying this gentle movement in down dog. Beautiful. Start to come to stillness in your down dog. It's okay if the heels are lifted quite high. Similar to our cat and cow, we're going to move the body with the breath, find a little flow through the spine. Here we go. As I inhale, like a wave moving through the body, starting at the crown of the head, I roll forward through high plank. I drop the hips. I open the heart. Exhale, push back, bend the knees, roll into down dog. Let's take 2 more of those on your own. Don't worry about what you look like. Focus more on the feeling and on allowing your breath to guide you. Inhale, roll forward. Hips drop, heart open. Exhale, roll back, down dog. Last one on your own. You've got this. Meet me in downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, float the right leg high, only as high as you want it to go. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands to the top of the mat. So hands are framing that foot. Beautiful. You can drop the back knee down. Let's just take 3 breaths in runner's lunge here. Starting to open up the hips a little bit. Great job. If you've got that back knee down, tuck the toes. We're all going to lift the back knee and we're going to rise up into our high crescent lunge. So we can reach the arms up to the sky. That's option 1. Option 2 is hands to heart and option 3 is hands on hips. We've got a bend in that front knee and that back heel is lifted, hips point forward. 3 breaths in our high lunge. One final breath here. Beautiful. All I'm going to do to transition is step my left foot in a little closer and drop my heel down. So now my left foot's at about a 45-degree angle. I'm still bending into that right knee. This is our warrior 1. Again, let's take 3 breaths. Connecting to that warrior essence. Connecting to our sense of freedom, the power of choice that we have, the power to choose joy, to lead in joy, to lead from our hearts. On your next inhale, reach for the sky, grow taller. Exhale, float the hands down and behind you. We're gonna interlace the hands here. And as I breathe in, I'm gonna pull my fists back, gaze up towards the sky. My heart opens nice and wide. We're coming into humble warrior. Exhale, dive forward from the heart. You land inside that right inner thigh. If you need more stability, walk in that back foot right away and find surrender. Hang the head, hang the neck. Know that you can lean on that right thigh for support. We're here for 3 breaths. And we're repeating the affirmation. I focus solely on what I can control and let go of the rest. I focus solely on what I can control and let go of the rest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Really push the feet into the mat, release the hands, rise all the way back up. Warrior one, where we started. Great job, take a deep breath here. From here, open up the arms, open the chest to the left side of your mat. My left toes point more directly to the left, right toes point forward. Warrior two. Again, 3 breaths here in warrior two. And we'll repeat the affirmation. When I embrace joy, everything else falls into place. When I embrace joy, everything else falls into place. Take one last deep breath. Let it go. We're gonna find a fun little flow here. Inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Reverse warrior, keep that right knee bent. Exhale, rise back up, move through warrior two and into extended side angle. Lean your right forearm on the right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. That's our exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise up through warrior two, reverse warrior. Exhale, take it forward, side angle. The whole time we're keeping that right knee bent. Last one, inhale through warrior two, reverse it. Exhale, take it forward, side angle, hold here. Take a full deep breath. Beautiful. Look down to the right foot, circle the left arm down. Pick up that left heel, runner's lunge. That means one hand on each side of your foot. Full deep breath. Great, let's take another twist here. Left palm stays on the mat. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Easy twist, open the heart. Exhale, float the right palm down. When you're ready, step the right foot to the back of the mat, high plank, 3 breaths. You got it. Connecting to that strength once more. Building internal heat. Building internal joy. Last breath. Down dog. Well done. Take 3 breaths to walk out the feet in downward facing dog, bending one knee, bending the other. And let's move on. Come to your down dog, find stillness. When you're ready, left leg lifts only as high as you want to go today. Exhale, step the left foot to the top of the mat between your hands. Runner's lunge, or take a moment with that back knee down. Just a few breaths here to soften through the hips. Let them open up. Breathing into anywhere you feel tightness. Creating space in the body using your breath. One last breath here. Very good. If that back knee is down, we're gonna tuck the toes, lift the knee. From runner's lunge, rise up, high lunge. Remember, you can decide what you'd like to do with the arms here. Maybe reach up, maybe at the heart or on the hips, and it can be different from side to side. You choose. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths. Last breath here. Beautiful. Transitioning into warrior one. I'm just dropping that right heel down, maybe stepping the foot in a little bit more. That right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Let's set up for warrior one into humble warrior. Reach the arms to the sky. Let's take 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, grow taller, reach for the sky. Exhale, float the hands down, interlace behind you. You might want to interlace the opposite way. Humble warrior. Inhale, open the heart, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, dive forward, landing inside that left inner thigh. Remember, you can maybe lean on that left thigh for support. Start to breathe, surrender the head, neck, and shoulders as we repeat the affirmation. I focus solely on what I can control and let go of the rest. I focus solely on what I can control and let go of the rest. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release the hands, push the feet into the floor to rise up. Warrior one. Take a deep breath here. Great work. And from here, we're going to open up to the right side of the mat. Warrior two, my left toes point forward. Right foot, right toes point towards the right side. Arms open wide. 3 breaths in warrior two. And we repeat. When I embrace joy, everything else falls into place. When I embrace joy, everything else falls into place. Let's take our last breath. Great job. On your next inhale, reverse the warrior. Left arm reaches up and over, but we keep the left knee bent. And exhale, rise up through warrior two. Take it forward, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaches overhead. That's our side angle. We're ready to take our flow, friends. Let's do it. Inhale, move through center, reverse warrior. Exhale, take it forward, side angle, keeping the left knee bent the whole time. Lower body stays grounded and stable. Last one, inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it forward, side angle. This time, hold in your side angle for a full deep breath. Great, start to look down towards the left foot. Circle the right arm down. We're gonna pick up that back heel. Runner's lunge, hands frame the foot. From here, keep the right palm planted. Inhale, left arm high, easy twist, open heart. Exhale, float the left palm down. When you're ready, step both feet back to high plank, 3 deep breaths. You got it, nice and strong. Maybe you're rocking forward and back here. Final inhale. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths, gentle movement. We're about to slow it down. Last down dog here. When you're ready, find stillness in your down dog. Lower the knees down to your mat. And once again, let's find child's pose. Just like we started, open the knees, walk the hands forward. Take a moment to rest in child's pose here. take our final breath in child's pose. And in your own time, start to release, lifting the chest, knees together. From here, we're going to make our way to lying on the back. So take your time as you get there. And when you do, we're gonna hug both knees in towards the chest, like we're giving ourselves a nice, big, well-deserved hug. And we can rock side to side, massaging the lower back. We're getting ready for our supine twist. And so when you do feel ready, next time you rock towards the left side, release the knees, let them drop to the left. Reach your right arm out towards the right side. See if you can keep the right shoulder grounded on the mat, encouraging a nice stretch across the top of the chest here. You can rest the head in any direction that feels good for you as we breathe into our twist. See if you can invite in those deep belly breaths. We're unraveling tension from the body, the mind, the spirit, and creating more space for joy, for love, for seeing the good that already surrounds and fills up our lives, and knowing that that is something to celebrate. Let's take one more breath in our twist. Gently release the breath. And we'll take it to the other side. Knees move through center right away. Let's just drop knees to the opposite side. Now my left arm reaches out to the left, seeing if I can ground that shoulder down as we start to breathe in our twist. Taking our final deep breath here. Slowly unwind. Knees come back into the chest for a big sweet hug. We've got two options here. Maybe you'd like to just roll side to side and take that lower back massage for your final pose here, just like this. Or maybe you want to get into the hips and we can take happy baby. There's 3 ways we can do that. We can hold on to the tops of the knees, let the legs fall open. Option 2, holding the lower legs, feet to the sky as we open up the knees and hips. Or you can reach for the feet and do the same. So you choose what works for you these last 5 breaths or so. And we'll repeat the affirmation. I allow my inner child to play. I allow my inner child to play. Maybe just taking this moment, these next few breaths, to connect with your inner child, such a source of joy within ourselves. And just asking your inner child, what do you need to experience more joy? And slowly release the final pose. When you're ready, give yourself one final squeeze. Maybe draw the nose up to the knees. And then we'll release everything coming into our final Shavasana. You can extend the legs out long in front of you. Rest your arms by your side or on your body. And closing our practice with this final affirmation, we will repeat, I am joy. I am joy. Take a moment to drop deeply into this final opportunity for rest. And maybe inviting a smile to spread across the lips, the face. Feeling that smile internally as well as externally. As we start to reawaken, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, or even taking one final stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead. In your own way, in your own time, make your way to a seated position. Maybe keeping that smile on your face, your beautiful smile, which expresses your own unique, beautiful light. And so your smile is a gift to the world. It symbolizes your joy, your willingness to lead in joy. And so may your smile be a reminder as to what we've cultivated here today, a reminder to the power you have to choose joy, to live in joy, and to lead in it. And with that, we bow the head, honoring ourselves, honoring one another. And I say thank you so much to you for joining me for this practice, and namaste. I sincerely hope that this practice has supported you today, has awakened you to a newfound sense of joy. You are absolutely worthy of it. Make sure to explore the other practices that we have for you in our on-demand library, and come back for more amazing classes and practices like this, and meditation and other great resources that can support you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.